Gang, gang, gang. Top of the morning, man. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk Everything 414 Podcast. Y'all already know who I am, man. I am the host, the CEO, the founder. I am Colonel Slaughter. You feel me? All of y'all need to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and make sure you share this video because this is deep. Today, I got a presentation I want to present to you guys, and it's about secret Black supremacy cults, right? It's about vampires, hoodoo. It's about all those things, gang. It's about magic. For those of y'all that don't believe in magic, you do not need to be here. You feel me? So if you're scared, then take yourself somewhere. Let's dive into this video, y'all. Shout out to Horrible Podcast, because if it wasn't for him or his podcast, I would not be able to get this video and run it through to y'all. So shout out to Horrible Podcast, one of the greatest podcasters out there ever. I feel like all the podcasters out there are great to me. Anyway, let's dive.
All right, y'all, welcome back to another episode of the Horrible Podcast. Man, I want to thank everybody that has subscribed, that has liked the videos. Please continue to share them. And tonight we are here with a woman that came all the way down from Houston. I'm going to allow her to introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Wednesday the Vampire. It was a drive.
It was a drive, right?
It was worth it, though. I'm not going to lie.
3 hours?
I'd do it again. Yeah.
3 hours? Not too bad.
Not too bad.
All right, so let's jump right into it. I heard you scared of bugs, right? You got a little fear of bugs.
Please tell me you don't have no bugs. You better not have no bugs.
I'm telling you right now, I asked because you will probably have a bug fly on you at some point during this podcast. So,
and if I run, don't cut it out.
Oh, well, we're going to keep it in.
Yeah, don't cut it out. That's cinnamon right there.
All right. So now that we got that out the way, let's start from the beginning. Where are you originally from?
Mississippi. Waveland, Mississippi.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And let's tell the people exactly, what do you currently do?
So I make music. I model. I practice hoodoo. I make a lot of jars.
We're going to get into that.
Yeah, a lot of jars.
Okay.
I sell those and mojo bags. I cosplay.
Yeah.
That's really about it. All around artist. I dabble in everything. Very creative.
Okay.
Very creative.
So you got this name, Wednesday the Vampire.
Yeah.
Where the hell did this come from?
So when I started dancing out here, because I'm a retired dancer.
Okay.
Came out here and I needed a job bad. I was like, man, went to the strip club and they were like, so what's your stage name? And I was like, fuck, I don't know. He was like, you look like Wednesday Addams. I said, that's it, Wednesday. And ever since then, it stuck. Everybody just started calling me Wednesday. So.
Okay, so where did the vampire part come from?
Well, because I like vampires and everybody was like, you look like a little vampire. So.
Wednesday the Vampire.
I just mashed it.
Okay.
And here we are.
All right, so you coming from Mississippi, you got the name Wednesday from being on stage as a stage name.
Yeah.
And then you just incorporated the vampire because you look like a little vampire.
Listen, I worked in a lot of urban clubs and I was the only dancer dancing to metal. You would hear Playboy Cardi and then out of nowhere, System of a Down or like Chester Bennington would come on and it'd be me. It would go straight from hip hop to metal and nobody else would dance to it. I captured the crowd very much. Yeah.
Got you. So does that name represent something different to you now that you?
I like the fangs, and you can tell that she really take on that vampire look, that vampire image. And when I tell you guys that half of the stuff these people talk about, gang, is totally real, and I believe it's real. I don't know what you guys believe in, but me personally, I believe in everything that these guys talk about that I show you in my videos, from David Wilcock, from Amy Heskers, to everything from UFOs, UAPs, vampires. I believe in all of it. But, that's because I got an open mind. And you got to have an open mind to be able to, tap in with this side of yourself, right? Because all of us got this side of ourselves that we do deeply know, but some be scared more so than others. Anyway, the look and the name, like she said, it stuck with her. And I like that because, she wasn't afraid to talk about her life. She wasn't afraid to get into it and actually, give y'all a little bit of background about where she come from, or how she coming, or what she's presenting. And what she presenting, I can get down with it, because right now, today, around the world, this is the talk. UFOs, UAPs, vampires, unseen beings, things that, that come from a different dimension or otherworldly type of, explanation. This is the topic.
Don't dance anymore?
Yeah. So Queen Akashka is like, that's who made me. Have you ever seen Queen and the Damned?
Mm-hmm.
And her being vampires and vampires just like having such a strong pull on people. That's how I want to carry myself. So like now when I use the name, it's like I know I already attract a lot of people in a lot of spaces I go.
That's an iconic character.
Yeah.
That was Aaliyah, right?
Yeah. I just cosplayed her not too long ago.
That's dope. Yeah. But you're not a real vampire, right?
Well, it depends on what vampire you're talking about.
All right. If vampires, I'm going to assume you're not a real vampire.
Okay.
Whether that be for the sake of not exposing you or whatever it may be. But if vampires were real, would you sign up to be one?
Oh, absolutely.
Even with all the pros and cons? You can't come out in the daytime no more?
I don't want to be out in the daytime. It's hot. It's Houston. Houston is hot.
But then what about drinking the blood and all that?
As a chronically anemic person who gets infusions all the time, I don't think that's much of a problem. Kind of fit the character.
I better watch out.
For those of y'all that, if
y'all see Wednesday,
to be a vampire, would you? If you have the chance to be a vampire, would you want to? Because they live long, they got they fast, they got special abilities, they can do a lot of things that regular humans can't do. I mean, at least not yet. I could say at least not yet. But if you had that chance, would you want to be a vampire? Would that be something you would want to, dive into? See yourself becoming, or, could you deal with that lifestyle? I don't know. I think I could. I think I would.
All right. What would be the biggest perk of being a vampire?
I just connected Claude with Airtable, and now I have this competitive research agent that keeps my team informed with the latest intel. Here's how it works. So Claude is my analyst. Every day, Claude will scan the web for new intel from public sources.
The biggest upside, what would it be?
The upside is definitely just like changing people's spaces and lives, like throughout century. Like you get to see stuff grow and move and change, like how time changes. And when people see you, they're just drawn in. So it's like you have a new crowd of people every time.
Okay.
You build your own legacy.
So two things. You're going to outlive everybody and see times change.
Yeah.
But what if
That's
you like...
True. You outliving everybody. Give me a sec. Okay, gang, I'm back. I think outliving everybody is a vampire. Most definitely, you definitely gonna do that. Vampires live a pretty long time. They don't age. It's a lot of good perks and good things that come with being a vamp. But then again, there's a lot of other things that maybe you wouldn't be able to deal with.
People never think about this. Like if you have immortality, what if you have a fucked up immortality?
Well, that's just if you go outside causing problems. I stay to myself. Depends on you as a person, honestly.
Yeah, it's the record being a vampire. Like
it probably would be like, not everybody would want to turn if you fall in love. Then you be by yourself. I think that's really about it.
Yeah.
You have to be by yourself a lot.
For sure.
I mean, I like being by myself, but I like people next to me while I'm by myself. If that makes sense,
Have you ever drank blood? Besides your
As
own?
a little emo kid in school, okay? As a little emo kid in school, I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
What was that experience like? Well, you was brainwashed? What was you thinking at the time?
They was bothering me and I bit them. I'm not gonna lie. I was definitely that kid in school that would hiss at you if you came bothering them. Leave me alone. I won't bother you if you don't bother me. And they would come messing with me. And I did bite them. I did. I sure did. And I didn't let go.
Okay.
I didn't get in trouble though. I was a straight A student, so I didn't get in trouble.
Straight A student, but you bit somebody.
She a real vampire. She bit the shit out there. You bothered her in school when she was a youngin'. But she dived into a story, about where she get this type of knowledge from, where she get this type of thought process from, and how did it all come about. And the story is very interesting to me. in that matter. It's very interesting because I always wanted to know how deep, or how far back people was doing these internal studies or these meditations, or understanding that they can talk with spirits and understanding that they can see things that others can't. Like, how long ago did this start? You understand what I'm saying? Because this is the period. It's a period plus. At the end of the day, let's carry on. I'm gonna let her finish this good old story, man. Shout out to the Horrible Podcast again. Make sure y'all go over there, subscribe. If you haven't already, make sure you share the videos. He got great videos. And make sure you keep watching. Share my videos also.
What was it? They arm, they leg?
Right in their arm. Mm-hmm.
So you damn near took a chunk out somebody's arm. All right.
He started it though. I finished it.
All right, let's roll the time back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Your childhood.
My childhood was very wacky.
Wacky?
Yeah.
Wacky as in like crazy, up and down, roller coaster.
Moving a lot. Jumping from like religion into what we ended up, growing up into, like occult wise. Going into because I did the Hoodoo because I was raised on it too, which is crazy. You go from being Baptist to occult to Hoodoo, Yeah. It was a lot.
I heard, or at least I know from what you've told me before, is that you grew up in this cult that was, I guess, ran by a guy named Malachi Z. York, correct?
Mm-hmm. They gonna chew us up in the comments.
That's fine. They can
chew us up in the comments, but yes.
This is how it happened. This is what it is. So we're gonna talk about it. For the ones that don't know what this guy represented, or I guess would say currently still represents, because he is doing federal time.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken.
I think his son is too now.
It might be. I think it's like 134 years in jail, if I'm not mistaken. I did some homework. May you please explain a little bit to the people
134 years? Damn, what the fuck he doing? I wonder, was his teachings too powerful? Was they trying to shut him up? Could it have been, something he was triggering? Was he triggering the wrong government? Was he triggering the wrong officials? What the fuck did he say? What did he officially do? Chad, we're going to have to look that up, because I'm going to have to dive into that Malachi Z. York guy. And I heard of this guy before. I never really did no studies on him, never really did no research on him, but I have heard of this name before. And I want to dive in on that name. I want to understand what the hell he did to get that much time. And then she said his son is in federal prison too. Like, goddamn, it seemed like they targeted him because of something. Yeah, it seemed like they on his ass because of some purpose or something. I don't know.
Who this guy is and what he represents?
Well, for one, he made music. I don't know if you knew that, but he made music. Yeah, he called himself the Love Man.
Okay.
So that was my first red flag as an adult. Okay. But he saw himself as the reincarnation of Archangel Michael. Like, he really felt like he was him. And he has all these books about the white devils and the red devils and the black devils and just how you should live your life, and just us being like the superior race as black people. And I could get with that just a little bit, even now I feel I like myself, as everybody should, but when I grew up, it was a lot of like, oh, if you don't do X, Y, and Z, you're not going to get on the ship to be taken off the planet when shit hits the fan, so it was a lot of, you had to be perfect growing up, listening to his teachings and things like that. Like, you had to be right and exact or you're not right at all.
Damn.
Yeah.
So at what age, what age were you embedded into this? Like, how early on was it?
Around 7. We used to have to meditate, fast.
Were you born into this? Like, was your mom into this? Was your father? How did this happen? Stepdad.
Mm-hmm. My stepdad, he was the one that was really big into it. He would always talk about these pyramids in Georgia. They looked cool. Like, when he would show us videos and stuff, he would go out there all the time to the motherland. And he would always wear his garbs and walk around with incense. And when I tell you we would meditate for hours, we was meditating for hours. Like, you would wake up, and by the time we were done, it was nighttime.
That's something else. That's real meditation.
Yeah. And if you fell asleep, we had to restart. You would wake up. Crazy. You would wake up and
man, that's ultra deep meditation right there. She said, shit, if you go to sleep, and we meditating for hours, if you go to sleep, you got to restart. That's some bullshit. Meditating is not easy. Let me tell y'all that. Meditating is something that, it take practice. It take a lot of practice. You got to actually train your mind to be able to stay aware without falling asleep, without, picking those judgmental thoughts that run through your head, you feel me, while you're trying to calm or while you're trying to quiet the monkey chatter, in your brain. And that's the point, the whole purpose of meditation. And plus, in meditation, you can selectively select your thoughts, and selectively selecting your thoughts can better the meditation because you can do thoughts of gratitude, thoughts of love, thoughts of happiness, thoughts of uplifting. You feel me? And that right there alone is thought control. To me, if you ask me, that right there alone is thought control and emotional control. Emotional mastery and thought mastery. So meditation is a good thing, I don't know. I never took it to Kundalini meditation. Hopefully everybody can get to that, but let's let her keep going because I want to see what else she got.
My mom was he would get on her all the time because like she swore she wasn't sleeping, right? And we would be done with the meditation, sitting there just watching her knocked out, just on the couch. And she would get up and be like, that was a good meditation. You had to redo it all again because not is that you're not right at all.
So your stepfather was the one that introduced this ideology to y'all, correct? Okay. And at the age of 7 is when it was introduced to you.
Yes.
Was I guess your mother must have been introduced to it around the same time or prior to that?
I want to say like when they started talking, because they met at their job. He kind of moved in very quickly and kind of just took over the place. Like she was open to it.
She trusted him.
She's very spiritual already, so it fit for her. It made sense to her.
I want to give a little further context to the people that may not know about Mr. York, right? Like, I'm pretty sure he grew.
But I wonder, in that house, was it like whatever fit for mom was automatic fit for the kids? You know what I'm saying? You know how some houses be like that, like, gang, whatever your parent feel fit for the family, that's fit for y'all too. And y'all like, man, this is not fit for us. This shit is almost, you know what I'm saying? It's only fit for this particular situation, but not that. And then, back in her times, I don't know how old she is, this young lady. She don't look no older than maybe 35. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. At the end of the day, I wonder back in her times, like, was her mom more one of those lenient moms, one of those open moms that's just one of the moms that just let a motherfucker do what they want to do, like a friend. She got a friend that come over to the house. The friend can just walk in the refrigerator, walk into the room, grab this, pick this up. If she one of them moms, then you already know she probably ain't had too much, respect for her boundaries around herself. So at the end of the day, I think, that's probably why he was able to come in and take control. Like she said, he just came in, he took control of the place. That's probably why, I mean, not talking about
in New York City. That is where, actually, I want to say this man is very intelligent.
He is
from what I've read and what I've seen about this person, he's very intelligent.
Yes.
Although he did have his ideologies and how he looked at the world, whether it was right or wrong, I'm not here to say. But he was a very strong believer in what he believed in.
Yes.
And he pretty much went out on his sword and did what he thought was best for Black people.
Yes.
And he even moved all the way to Georgia, purchased, I think it was like over 100 acres, maybe more. And created basically I'm not gonna say a sanctuary, but
just about like a motherland.
Yeah, a motherland, a sanctuary, a giant plantation of Black people were invited to this place as long as they got with the get down.
Pretty much.
Right?
Pretty much.
If you believe what I believe and you're with me, then this is how you will live your life. And there was a lot of controversy with people that lived in Georgia that would pass through, that would see these quote unquote pyramids, statues, right?
They were gorgeous.
They can be beautiful, but if you're in the middle of Georgia or the middle of anywhere and somebody moves to your city and you're driving through and now you see pyramids in your backyard, you never know like how people are going to take that, right? So he did get a lot of hate. I think he still gets a lot of hate from what I've read and what I've seen. Like I said, I'm not here to say who's right and who's wrong, but when you believe something, you believe what you believe, right? And that's what he did, and he went out on his sword swinging, but unfortunately he is in jail for some crazy things. If y'all want to look the name up, y'all do your own research, but let's keep this rolling. As a child, when you are doing these practices, right, of meditation, were there other things that y'all had to do?
Visualization. We had to sit around in the living room and listen to him read the Holy Tablet for hours, and you had to remember it. We learned different religions. We learned a lot of the history, like the Bible and stuff like that, the Quran, the Torah. We learned Hebrew and Egyptian, and we had to recite things. And even if we got the whole thing right except for one part, then it wasn't right.
He was strict on y'all.
Very.
I'm not gonna lie, learning all of that at that young age, gang, that's hard in itself. That was a job in its damn self. To be able to learn Egyptian and Hebrew at 7 and 8, 9 years old, gang, you know. Now I see if you lived over there in that country or in that setting, that environment, that's different. But in America, you know, where it's not your original language, where it's not your original cup of tea, you know what I'm saying? That's different, gang. I ain't gonna lie. It sounded like they was being taught the ultimate discipline, though. You know, if you ask me, it sounded like they stepdad was teaching them the ultimate discipline, to hone in on their discipline and their mastery of themselves, their thoughts, their emotions, so on and so forth, and their beliefs. You feel me? That's what it sounded like to me. I ain't even gonna lie.
Very strict. You couldn't be upset. If you were upset, you were possessed. So, yeah.
Damn.
If you were upset, you were possessed. Yes.
See, like in a way of thinking about it, right? He's basically, and I could be completely wrong, because this shit could be a whole form of mind control. It could be control within itself.
We learned about that too, the MK Ultra.
But from the way that I'm hearing it come out your mouth, it's like the ultimate discipline of like controlling your emotions. And a lot of people have problems with that.
Yeah.
So maybe he was teaching y'all something that I don't know, but you got to be angry at some point about something.
You're not allowed to. When I tell you that man was calm, cool, I swore his shit didn't even think he said, because he would go in the bathroom with incense. I'm talking about literal. And if you left smell or did any type of bodily functions, then you just was of this earth or a reptilian, and that's just what it was. Your reptilian nature is showing if you're mad, you're possessed, you know.
Were there any like absolute rules that you had to follow?
Oh, we couldn't have friends. Like, we didn't have friends. We couldn't go outside. Being a little emo kid in school, like, you know, I love the color black, and I
ain't gonna lie, man. Shit, coming up in my days, you really couldn't have no motherfucking friends either. Your friends wasn't trusted back then, man. Friends was not trusted back then, man. I ain't gonna lie. You gotta love it too. And nowadays, it ain't even a good time to have no friends right now. Maybe one or two, and you better hope they are loyal, and you better hope they can have your back. I don't give a fuck if they loyal. They might not even be able to have your back at the time. Say you out there, you and your friend, and you getting embarrassed, getting jumped on. You got the type of friend who ain't got the heart to help you. You know, you don't want one of them friends. So, you know, coming up nowadays in 2026, and in my days when I was coming up, gang, as a shorty, friends was like, it was a little iffy. And then those was the days we used to all want to go pile up at a friend house. Now I got a friend, you know, who I call family now, and that's how we grew up. We was always at each other's house. I was over his house more so than mine, because shit, my house, all my houses, I ain't had no motherfucking lights on, no food in the motherfuckers. So I ain't inviting nobody over there. You feel me? I ain't inviting nobody over there. Nah, the niggas ain't gonna come up motherfuckers and laugh at me. So I'm always at my niggas in them houses. They got I know they got the food, they got the cable going. We watching TV, we kicking it. You feel me? I get to go outside right around the corner from my pop's house. So now I'm gonna go to my pop's house, catch some money, go get some weed. You feel me? We kicking it. I'm talking about enjoying ourselves, bro. And friends, but you know, it wasn't, and I ain't gonna lie though, that was teenage years. You know, I was able to run a street then along 14, 15. And nigga, when I say it was like 8, 9 of us in this house, gang, that was too much. His mama like, hell man. Even inside the house at home, only maybe 1 or 2 friends can come in. And usually I was always the main friend because I was the best friend. So, you know, only 1 or 2 friends can come in, though, and another one. You feel me? And that's who I choose. So we in this motherfucker, man. That's how it was. But nowadays, man, friends is not, y'all gotta watch who you trusting out there. Everybody you call your friend out there ain't your motherfucking friend. Everybody you call out there, your blood, your brothers and all that, them people don't give 2 shits about you. And I'm gonna tell you something, they don't got the best interest and heart for you, gang. They probably want to see you fail rather so than to see you making it and succeed and strive. You understand? Just being real.
You go outside. You went to school though.
That's the only thing you could do. And my mom would spy on me at the schoolhouse to make sure I wasn't talking to nobody. We had to fast even while we were at school.
You couldn't even snack a little.
We had to fast even while at school.
Lunch.
We had to fast. When I tell that lady she wouldn't take us to school, but she would have to come spy on you at the school. Yeah.
So they wouldn't let y'all outside, but they'll let y'all get on a school bus for somebody that they don't know to take you to school.
Couldn't have
come
friends.
Spy on you at school.
Mm-hmm. She was like, I seen you at school today. Okay. Why you want talking to your friends? You told me I couldn't have any. Shut up. Okay. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you.
Okay, so
she gonna see this and be mad. Oh well.
It's all right, Mom. It's not nothing personal. She just getting it off her chest.
Personal. Anyways.
I'm out of it. Do you think that your stepdad had a big influence on your mom?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That she was the way that she was due to, I'm not gonna say 100% due to him, but a big part was due to the way that.
She's from the Caribbean too. So like island parents raise their children differently in general. Like it's a lot more tough love and you just have to take it. You know, like this country, their parenting is too soft, she'll say, you know, and the way she parented was very, very, it was something.
Growing up like the way that you're describing, it does seem very controlling.
Yes.
I understand what they're saying as far as the controlling thing. Yeah, that's a little bit of controlling, and I get that definitely because you know I can't say it's controlling just yet because we don't understand what they go through over there. If we was to live over there in their countries and live in their shoes and their lifestyles, then will we be able to say it's controlling? Like, but let's be honest, we from America. We don't know what the hell they go through. We don't know how they live. We don't know what they eat. We don't know how they struggle. We don't know nothing. Right? So the thing that her parents teaching was controlling. You know, I'm gonna have to go against that. I gotta be real. I gotta go against that because I don't know what it was they was going through. Now, if she said it, that's her. She said, oh, she probably wanted to be more freer, like these American girls. You feel me? Living a fucking fast life, doing nothing with yourself, wasting it away, killing yourself. You know? Who am I to judge? Who am I to? I don't know. I'm not sure. At the end of the day, I think you know their parents was doing that for the purpose of what they had. They wasn't getting beat. She didn't say not one time they was getting abused. She didn't say not one time that they was not eating. They was malnourished. So, you know, she didn't say not one time that it wasn't no socializing in the house. You know, they socializing, they meditating, they getting along. They keeping cool, calm, collective energy amongst each other. You feel me? I don't think it's too much controlling. I think it's actually teaching them how to control their emotions, how to control their feelings, how not to let other people on the outside of them get to them and harm them in no way, shape, form, or fashion. You know, that's what I'm hearing. Because these are hermetic teachings that she was learning. These are nigga meditation at 7 years old, nigga. These are hermetic teachings that she learning. This the shit they do in China. You understand? This is how they learn over there. You understand? So like this different, you know. Hey, over here in America, our black ass would have been dying to learn this type of method of living at an early age because we'd be better off right now. Think.
Was fear ever instilled in y'all?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we couldn't even, if I made a friend or like I wanted to go to a concert, we couldn't. They were going to sell our body parts at a black market or to the underground reptilians, and
That's what they're telling you.
Yes. Even now, my mom will come to my house and she'll see some foil inside the vents and be like, "Is that a camera?" Yeah, it's a little crazy, just a little crazy. I'm so very controlling. I couldn't wear skulls. I couldn't wear too much white and black because they were gonna think I was a sex kitten, and the MK Ultra was taking over my mind. I used to do a lot of screaming and death growling to be back in. So I wanted to do it, and I got them on me.
Oh, we
it was very. We didn't even watch TV unless we. Like,
that's controlling. The skulls, you can't wear skulls on your clothes. You can't wear too much black and white. Your parents gonna think you a sex kid for the MK Ultra. Like, now that's controlling. I mean, but look why it's controlling. They weren't being controlling because they wanted to. They was being controlling because of the government made them do so by tampering or by, you know what I'm saying? All these stories being told by other people that, you know, the government done ways, and that's why they was being controlling. They trying to make sure this shit don't happen to them. They trying to make sure it don't happen to their family. They thinking about it. They like, look, we know this. If none of us knew none of this information right now today, you know, like the Epstein files, like the UFOs, the UAPs, the unidentified objects in the water. If we never knew none of this, none of us would be thinking about it. None of us would be, you feel me, controlled to look for these things, controlled to be paranoid that maybe it is an alien invasion, maybe it is something under the water. Like, that is a controlled fear. That's what that is. That's what that is. That's a controlled fear that's been narrated by the government. That's been narrated by the people of power. That's been narrated by the people, you know, in the highest positions on planet Earth or in the universe, you know, to be exact. So at the end of the day, you know, I think we got to look at it like that, because our parents just want to control, and they had a purpose and a reason of why they was doing what they was doing, all that control, because of MK Ultra. Well, what is MK Ultra? A government program that everybody know about, where they fuck with your brain and they do certain tricks on your brain and make you think you're going crazy. That's what that is. So, you know, her parents had a legitimate reason, if you ask me, because if none of this shit was created by the government, nobody had a reason to be trying to control anything. We'll be living free. We'll be loving life. You feel me? Enjoying life, so on and so forth.
And that was really it. The only time we really got to watch a movie was if it had some type of lesson to it, and it was mainly horror. So like, I'm really big into scary movies because of that. I watch a lot of like religious horror films.
Yeah. I know you said when we talked about the motherland, right, for this cult, you never been there yourself.
I never got to go.
Okay. So were you in Mississippi at this time when you were growing, or where were you?
North Carolina, and then we moved to Texas, but majority North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there anything that you seen that was like?
It turns out that AI was missing something. You and Wix Harmony figured that out. Okay, so
I guess when you're doing these meditations, I'm only assuming, but I could be completely wrong. But did you ever have anything like creepy or strange really happen to you, or something that you seen growing up?
He was raising me to be a medium. So there's this one lady we used to watch all the time, Esther and Abraham Hicks. They're really like Pumpkin and stuff like that. And I still listen to them. She would meditate and something would speak through her. Abraham would speak through her, and it would give like all these positive messages and ancient messages.
That's like trans medium.
And so I was being raised to do that. So I would meditate. Even now, like, I don't necessarily like to do it because like I'll feel myself like moving and I'm not moving myself, or my jaw will get to vibrating and like I just feel like really tingly. And so like they were raising me to do that because they thought it was like, yeah, that's how you know you're really in tune, you're really aligned with what you need to do. And because I can hear and see things, they thought you were perfect to do it. So I would do a lot of meditations to where I'd have to focus and hone my energy and just let whatever come through speak through me.
But you opening a door.
Exactly. You know.
But how you
Don't mess with Ouija boards, but let's use you for meditation.
that's low-key fucked up.
Okay. Yeah. Mhm.
Shout out to a lady I know. She lives out here in Austin, Texas. We had her on the podcast named Marisol. She actually does trans mediumship.
Oh, wow.
And she said it is draining.
It is.
It's draining.
Mm-hmm.
I find it creepy because you don't know who you're letting through.
Exactly.
Unless, maybe if you mastered it, but like even then,
You still don't know.
you know, demons are the king of deceiving. So they might say, "Hey, I'm showing up as your grandma." but
Exactly.
I might be crazy as hell.
Exactly.
You ain't never said nothing through one of these sessions or something that
Moving. Now, I did, when I was a kid, go to this church, and there was this lady, I got to watch her exorcism be performed. That was crazy. That was scary. I'm talking about they had to, she spit up so much black stuff because they made her.
How many of y'all out there really believe in exorcism and demons and, being possessed by, anything? How many of y'all, I need comments. I need a show of hands in the comment section. Me personally, I do. I believe in everything that's on planet Earth and in the universe. And I told y'all this a million times, but I'm not gonna put it in. I just believe it, I just know it's true. I just know it's to be. Waiting to see these things or waiting to even experience these things, I think that's what I anxiously do so much. And I think that's probably why I don't see it. They say what you persist to resist and what you resist to persist. So at the end of the day, maybe I probably just got to relax and have a nuanced, open mind to knowing that I'm going to see these things one day, right? And stop chasing it or looking for it. But I love looking for it. I love, chasing the thrill of maybe I can bring it to me. Maybe I can consciously bring it to me. At the end of the day, though, a lot of people has, told plenty stories, multiple stories, 1,000 stories, millions of stories about UFOs, UAPs, other beings. They seen dogmans, they seen Skinny Bob, they seen, all sorts of things and small beings. And, at the end of the day, man, there's a lot of conversation around the world that speaks of, not being alone. Not been alone. And at that very moment, a lot of us humans really thought we was just alone. I'm going to tell you something even deeper. A lot of humans on Earth are not humans. A lot of people that's on Earth right now today that's around you and me are not humans. Half of them are aliens. Yeah, the aliens are already hiding amongst us. The other beings are already hiding amongst us. Half of them are aliens. And then to go even deeper, some of them could be some of the bums. Some of them could be some of the bums. Make sure y'all checking into them and looking at them.
Olive oil because she was trying to hurt the kids. It's a Caribbean church out in Dayton. Oh my gosh, I was so scared. I was like, what is going on? I told my mom. She was like, what? I said, you should have came. You missed the show.
All right, hold on. You talking about exorcisms? Let's just jump into it. Fuck it.
My first exorcism was funny because I was playing along. I'm not gonna lie.
No. Let rewind further back. How you even get to the point where you comfortable talking about an exorcism?
Because I have no shame. I told you.
But hold on. See, I need a backstory. Like, how do you? Are you in a church? Are you? How are you even in the room of exorcism?
That church. So Island Church, at least the church I went to, because there were a lot of Haitians in there.
Okay.
And they would play the congos and they would speak in tongues and stuff and wear a lot of white and everything. And we would sit on the floor.
Now everybody know them Haitians known for doing voodoo. Kodak Black, his family Haitian. What was the boy name? Julio Fulio, his people was Haitian. Everybody known to know them to do voodoo, to do, spell casting and things like that. They are good with their energy. They know how to energy project. That's what I call energy projection also. They can project that energy onto you to create a spell, to create a demon to follow you, to create some evil entity to, you feel me, chase you, hunt you, and scare you, hopefully scare you into death or lead you to your death. And that's wild, so what she's talking about right now is really, truly deep. It's only deep because if you do your studies and you know what they know, then that's what make it deep. But at the end of the day, man, look, I'm gonna hold it right there, gang. I'm gonna hold it right there because I want y'all to, and I will give y'all the rest of that, but no, it's an hour worth of that vid, man. Good video, great video. We probably skip it here. Let me see. Leaving a comment. Let me see. She said she left the coat.
Stop lighting $20 a month on fire for generic AI chatbots. Get powerful AI built in and 100% free. Switch to Ace browser.
Served your ticket, then you're not getting on there. And I feel like my ticket that I told
44,000 people.
Yep, that's what he said. It's a couple of them. That's what he said, man.
Hold on, who your stepdad said this or Malachi?
Both of them. They both said it. That's one of his teachings.
Damn, all right, so this shit crazy right here. So 144,000 people are only getting this one-way ticket to go up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a spaceship that's coming from under the pyramids.
Now, don't ask me where we going, because I couldn't tell you. But we going somewhere.
All right.
Okay, I don't know where we going, but we going somewhere.
Okay. Damn, I ain't booked my ticket, y'all. So
You're not going nowhere, then you right here with me.
I'm gonna be right here at the Horrible Podcast, recording y'all take off. All right. So at this point, you out of the house. Does your mom still practice this stuff?
She's more into the hoodoo stuff now. She still believes in she applies the positive like I do. She still does that.
She's not strict dedicated to it. Okay.
But she still think they're going to come get us and sacrifice us and sell our stuff in the black market.
Okay.
Very much that. Don't look at the chemtrails too much.
So let's jump into the hoodoo part.
Yeah.
Where did all this shit come from? Because
listen, your guess is as good as mine. My mama just had a big old book and was making wands with all these gems on it, and it looked cool to me. Yep. She was burning incense and burning sage, and I was nosy, and I said, "What are you doing?" And I watched.
At what point in your life?
She's always been doing that. It's just she wouldn't do it around my stepdad. Even now, she doesn't do it around her new partner because they believe in Obia, so that she don't do it around him. So when he not around, I'm snitching.
You snitching?
I am snitching because me and him's not friends. I'm snitching. So she be in the room with her little candles. She'll do.
He about to burn the house down.
He gonna go back to St. Croix. That's what he gonna do.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I guess at what point was it introduced to you though?
My mom's always so you ever seen that show, Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yeah,
so they had this segment where they had patterns on the card, and you had to guess the pattern, see how clairvoyant you were. Back in school when they would do this testing to see if you were gifted.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember that. In school they did testing for that.
Okay.
Yeah. So my mom, I want to say I was probably maybe 9 or 10, and she had put all these shapes on index cards, and she had me guess what was on the card. She did for me and my sister, and of course I got most of them right. And so that's when she was just okay, so you're very gifted. You can hear and see things.
So she would have one side of the card would have a shape on it, and she would put it face down.
She'd have the stack in her hands and be like, "What card am I holding up?" Technically, she holding up all of them, but I just guessed the shape on the card that was in front of her face. I couldn't see it, so.
But you just knew.
Yeah. I'm really good at guessing.
I'm calling bullshit.
I'm really good at guessing.
I'm calling bullshit.
I'm so serious. My mom thinks I'm just the most gifted person when it comes that's why they were training me to be a medium, a very gifted person, because I would hear and see things as a kid, and she's like, "Oh, well, I can see things too." And so anytime she would do something, she would have me come look at it, and I would just watch what she was doing, whether it be making her wands or lighting her candles or burning her herbs and stuff like that. But I've always been good at guessing, though. I think it's just more so when you grow up in a strict house and you kind of can guess how far away your parents are by their footsteps and what mood they're in by their footsteps.
Yeah, but that's different than guessing what's on the other side of the motherfucking card.
I'm just a good guesser, man.
Hey, I know what she's saying. Definitely when she said how far if you're in a strict house, you can sort of tell how far your parents is by their footsteps, and also tell the mood and what mood your parents is by their footsteps. If they walking heavy and you know what I'm saying, a little heavy and fast, or if they walking heavy and shit, you know, like don't, then you know they mad. If they walking soft as hell, then you know your parents calm as hell. You feel me? If they walking real fast and like not heavy but fast and like the it's not like they busy. You understand what I'm saying? So those type of pickups, you know, those type of knowledgeable pickup on items that I was observing in my lifetime coming up, I was able to observe those young. Like I'm good with understanding sound now. So like if you drop a metal hanger in a quarter, I'm able to tell you which one is which. If we are, you know, in a certain area and I hear a window slide open, I'm able to tell you which window. Most people be like, I can tell you which door that was, but I can go farther than the door. I can tell you which window it was just off the base of the wood cracking when it released from the window or the locks. So, you know, it's like certain levels of everything. Just like she said, you know what mood your parents is by the way they walking. You know what I'm saying? If they walking light, you hear it before you see them. Not when you see them, motherfucker. I'm talking about before you see them and you hear their feet coming. Oh shit, sound mad, sound heated. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, those are subtle energies that we could pick up on around us that some of you niggas don't pick up on. You know, you got to be more smart and start picking up on those subtle energies, man. That's what she's speaking on. So I like that. That's a technique that everybody got, but everybody ain't aware of. You know, everybody got it, but everybody ain't aware of it. The day and the moment you become aware of that little subtle technique that you have within yourself, gang, it is over. Watch. I'm talking about you're gonna start busting everything down like a calculator in the book. I'm gonna lie to you.
I am.
But okay, so but you telling on yourself because you saying it's a guess.
That's what I saw it as. I didn't see. She said you have to visualize it in your mind. I won't visualize nothing in my mind. I was just guessing because it was only before shapes. And you could only put it but so many different ways.
You got a 25%.
Listen, you can only put it but so many different ways, man.
Okay, all right, got you. So, what is hoodoo?
There's different forms of hoodoo. It's mainly just like a lot of ancestral stuff.
Okay.
But I do different forms of hoodoo because, like, I mean, it's really just being in tune with you and your ancestors. Really, I like to go based off of like astrology. I go based off the stars and the moon signs. I tend to look out for my angel numbers, which a lot of people do that and don't realize it's a form of hoodoo. Just like being in tune and stuff, like how people go based off of animal behavior and you know what type of like if you're in a bad situation depending on the animals or you know how your crops are going to come out. That's a form of hoodoo. It's just being in tune with yourself and the energy and just kind of knowing.
Is that a form of witchcraft?
I guess so. Me personally, I don't see it like that just because like I don't do anything bad to people. I tend to just kind of go based off of like my own spirit, you know what I mean? I don't necessarily call out to anybody like how voodoo does when they call out to like, you know, whatever ancestor or deity. I just go based off of me. If I'm feeling good and I feel like I got good energy on me, I will do a money boil because I need me some money and it normally work good. You know, if I feel like I need to do a cleanse and cleanse my house, I'll do my sage or I'll do my cut and cleanse and burn candles and stuff and feel a lot lighter, you know. Like I make jars for people and they sell pretty quickly.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I make jars.
What you mean jars?
These honey jars. So this one is a multi-purpose jar, but this is for like pots, like I want to say prosperity, love, good health in general.
So what like you got to drink the jar?
No, you just keep it. It's like a good luck jar type thing.
Like a charm almost.
Yeah. Like a mojo
and
bag.
you put it, do you got to put it somewhere in your house? Do you keep it
in my room? You can keep it with you or I keep it in my house. I keep it right in my room on my altar and that's where it sits.
All right, I'm gonna let the skeptic talk in me.
That's fine.
All right. How much of it do you think when you create a jar or if someone purchases a jar from you to believe in something takes energy, right?
Yes.
So that simple gesture of you creating it and me purchasing it from you, keeping it somewhere in my house. Let's say I keep it on my nightstand near my bed. When I go to sleep, I look at it. When I wake up, I look at it. That's energy being put into the world, right? For whatever I buy it for. If it's more money.
Whoa, what's that? I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, you need to just build
this question, and I like the way I get where he going with this question, y'all, and I like the way he asking this question. And this is something, you know, that's I would have asked, but I would have never came up this fast to ask it because it probably wouldn't have hit me this fast. So I know he thinking, y'all. Let me let him finish.
I want a new job, and I look at this jar and I'm saying, hey, this is what's coming to me.
Mm-hmm.
Is it more so the jar, or is it more so the energy that you put into the world?
Well, it's a little bit of both because you have to align yourself with what you want. You know what I mean? And it's like, if you need a little knick-knack to keep you focused on what you want, you know what I mean?
Now it makes sense.
Because like I put my energy in the jar. Like I've gotten nothing but good reviews. Like my friend bought a jar. She got a $500 order to her business the next day and was like, oh my God. She bought one for her mom.
I may need a few of them jars.
She got one for her mom. Her mom was complaining about her job, saying like how her boss was just being nasty and she just needed to like move up. And so I made her a jar. She got the jar busted her hand. The next day she got a promotion. She actually got her boss's job. And the boss had to go. And she was like, oh my God, I need another one. I said, you really just got to align your thoughts with what you want. Like you have to, you know?
So what kind of jar is that again?
This one's a multi-purpose. So it's for like attracting love and abundance, you know, prosperity, just good luck all around.
So what kind of jar did your friend and her mama have? What kind of jar was it?
Jar.
Okay, prosperity.
They got them a prosperity
Make sure
jar.
y'all hit up Wednesday for a prosperity jar, man.
Them prosperity
Get
jars
y'all money
do
right.
wonders. Them things work wonders because you really do have to align yourself. Like, you know, you can't say you want money and then keep saying you broke. You know what I'm saying?
True. Okay.
You can't be like, oh, well, I want to find a man, and then you sitting there depressed about not having a man, but that's your problem. You depressed on what you don't got. You need to focus on what you can have and, you know, what's yours. You know what I mean?
See.
And that goes back to what he was saying, is it the energy that we put out there in the world? And I think it very much, you know, is like she said, it's both. You know, it could be very much both. At the end of the day, man, that's my time, gang. I got to eat me some breakfast this morning, man. Today and Monday is about the last day of school for the kiddos. So y'all kids be out there, man. Be safe, man. Don't run the streets, gang. Stay at home, play the video game, do some streaming or something like that. You feel me? Y'all a podcast, you teen niggas out there, y'all young boys, black boys, white boys, Mexican boys, whatever you is, pop you a podcast or something. Get you a streaming channel or something. You feel me? Show your skills, show your talent. Don't run the streets trying to be liked. Don't run the streets trying to be like them other goofball ass niggas, because trust you me, it's gonna be a lot of people dying this summer, and I hate to see it. If it's you, I hate to see your face. You feel me? I love everybody out there, man. Y'all make sure y'all take care, stay safe, stay out the way.